We are basing our confidence on a number, on a scale that changes every month. Do you know that? That when you're on your period, you're a different weight. When you're ovulating, you're a different weight. How in the world can our worth fluctuate that way? Negative body image is keeping you stuck. And it's costing you more than you realize. If you had to ask 5 women today if they're on a diet, I'm guessing that 2.5 of them will say yes. And it seems innocent enough, but my question is, when does it end? When does it end? I was having this conversation with a friend of mine recently about how I realized, like, I look back at pictures of myself from 10 years ago, from 6 years ago, and I was even slimmer than I am now, but at that time, I thought I was fat. I was trying to take pictures and angle and show, the parts that I thought were not good enough. But I was looking amazing. Just like I look amazing now. And one thing I realized from looking back, 10 years ago, 6 years ago, is that if we do not call ourselves out right now and look at the deeper issue here, we will be unhappy with our bodies for the rest of our lives, and we'll be chasing a goal that society has designed for us to never meet. I started dieting when I was a teenager. I've tried every diet in the book, you name it. I was never satisfied. I would lose so much weight, but I would look in the mirror and still see somebody ugly, somebody I just did not like looking at. And then one day I figured out what the problem was. I went to a party and I overheard somebody saying, oh, she was only going to have a little cake because she was on a diet. And it just struck me like, oh my gosh, are we actually going to keep going to parties and spending the rest of our lives announcing to strangers, to random people, that we're on a diet? Is this how our lives are going to go? That for the rest of our lives, we're going to be apologizing for belly rolls and cellulites and whatever else the world tells us is not good enough? So I actually sat and asked myself, okay, what is this goal that you want to achieve? What is this dream body? What is, we say, oh, my target weight, my goal weight, my dream body. What is the dream body? The dream body is a myth. You know why? Because no matter how much you do, you will never be satisfied, because you were not designed to be satisfied. When I found out for myself, I realized that when I was growing up as a teenager, the people that I looked up to, people were supposed to look up to, were the skinny blonde women who were, recording workout videos and were on TV. Now, do you see why I was so miserable? Because my goal was a skinny blonde woman. How in the world am I, Munjola Oluwa of Yoruba heritage, eating akara and puff puff and jollof rice with my 31-inch waist and my 43-inch hips? How in the world was I ever going to compete with a skinny blonde? How in the world was I ever going to reach that goal? That goal was unattainable from the start. I was never ever going to look like a skinny blonde woman. And it was so bad that I remembered, when I was taking time to really reflect on why I was never happy with my body, I started to remember that when I was younger, I wished my parents were Indian, that I'd have butt length hair. It wasn't just that one thing. It wasn't just about my body. It was everything. Because everywhere I looked, society was telling me that I was not good enough. And if you check, we are all chasing a standard that we're told that all of us are supposed to look like this. We're all supposed to have flat stomachs. We're all supposed to have big butts. We're all supposed to have cellulite-free skin. We're all supposed to have, and the unfortunate thing is the goalpost changes every single day. Just when you think you've hacked it, here comes a new influencer telling you that no, now the BBL you got 5 years ago. BBLs are stupid, by the way. BBLs are really stupid. Putting out there, they're stupid, because there's no way that the riskiest surgery in the world is just about getting a butt. It is the stupidest thing in the world. You can never, ever, ever justify a BBL to me. It doesn't make any sense to risk your life for a butt, period. And then I realized I would never be satisfied with my body if I didn't change something instantly. If I didn't just realize, first of all, that I need to accept there's no way in the world that God created all women to look the same. It's impossible. We're from different races, different backgrounds, different families. Our genes are different. Everything is different, about us. Some people even have health issues that just require you to be at a certain size, and you might never be able to change that. Does our worth really depend on what size waist we are? I refuse. I refuse to be defined by a flat stomach or not. I refuse to let somebody who has their own body tell me how my body should look. And so should you. We have women who have gotten pregnant and carried babies for 9 months. Do you realize, first and foremost, do you realize the odds of getting pregnant in the first place? Do you realize that's a miracle? Do you realize carrying a baby to term is a miracle? Do you realize you having that child? I mean, we lose the wonder of all these amazing things that our bodies are doing because we're so stuck in God knows what old man from the 70s or 40s decided that this is the way women have to look. And we're collaborating with him to make ourselves miserable. Somebody who has no business telling us how to look. And yet we're basing our entire existence, our entire value on whether we have belly rolls or not. And you just had a baby. Something so miraculous just happened to you, but instantly, because it's ingrained into us now, it has been stamped into our psyches that if your body is not good enough, then you're not good enough. And that is rubbish, utter, complete. It is the most ridiculous thing ever. How can your fulfilling purpose, if you look around the world right now, there's somebody of your size, somebody who looks exactly like you, who's doing great things. But we get so tripped up by how we look. And the thing is, yes, the truth is that there are evil, wicked, mean people in the world who are going to say terrible things to you. But they're not perfect either. They're not. I remember somebody telling me, oh, I can see right up your nose. And I'm like, that's your business. Because you're not perfect. If I wanted to stoop to your level, there are like 15 things about you I can call out right now that are not good enough according to the world standards. So why should an imperfect person make you sit in a corner and refuse to do what you're supposed to do because they're telling you you're not good enough? We can't stand for that anymore. The things you need to be doing. Your life is more important than what size clothes you wear. Your purpose is more important than that. You need to start showing up. You need to start showing up. No more. No more would you let strangers who know nothing about you shame you into silence because your body or your face or your nose is not what they think it should be. We can't keep doing that. And as much as we talk about equality of opportunity for women, as much as we talk about how women have to be paid as much as men, we also have to check ourselves. How are we collaborating with systems that were built to keep us down? How? I'm working on a short film now that I call Filtered, and the idea for the film came when I wanted to post a picture on Instagram, and I spent 20 minutes in post-production. And I was like, no, we cannot continue like this. Let the influencers do what they want to do. Let the Victoria's Secret models do what they want to do. That's the life they chose. Maybe they need to be eating only salads and they need to be skinny. Do you need to be skinny? We are regular people who want to just have good lives. And even if we want to be in the spotlight, we deserve the spotlights, belly rolls and all. Enough is enough. And it's time to take our power back. It's time. At that party, I told myself that I can't keep doing this. There's no way. There's no way I'm going to spend the rest of my life dieting. It's not possible. I'm all for healthy eating. I eat healthy. I still eat broccoli with rice. I take walks every day because yes, if you love yourself, if you're practicing self-love, you need to care for yourself. And eating healthy is caring for yourself. And exercising is caring for yourself. But I'm doing it in a way that nourishes me and that affirms me, not according to what the world says. I don't count calories anymore. I eat healthy. I watch my portions. I know what's right. I don't need to measure every single little thing I put on my plate. I don't. Now, if you're in a regimen of weight loss and you need to do that, yes, but are you going to do that for the rest of your life? For the rest of your life, you're going to be using a measuring tape or a measuring cup before you eat? Really? We can't keep doing that. We can't. It just has to stop. It has to stop. There's so much more to you. There's so much worth in you. There's so much value in you. And the world has been lying to us. We are basing our confidence on a number, on a scale that changes every month. Do you know that? That when you're on your period, you're a different weight. When you're ovulating, you're a different weight. How in the world can our worth fluctuate that way? How in the world can we be judged by a number that is constantly moving, by a goalpost that is moving every single day? How in the world is that possible, that is how we measure our value? It's not possible. And I told myself that day, never again. This ends now. And this is not, I know that this is, insecurity and self-esteem issues, they're not going to go away forever, right? It's a work in progress. I work on my confidence every single day. So I'm not saying you should arrive there today. I'm saying that you need to make the decision today that you are worth more than a number on a scale. You're worth more than the size of your waist that changes 4 times, 5 times in a month. You're worth more. Belly rolls or not, you deserve to occupy space, to do what you were called to do. God created you. Jesus did not die so that we can be here refusing to show up because of cellulite. We are so distracted by how we look, that we're missing out on opportunities to step out and do great things. And we can't keep doing that anymore. That's just my message for you. That it has to end today. You need to just really ask yourself the questions that I ask myself. Am I going to keep striving to look like a skinny blonde woman for the rest of my life? And that is the image that was ingrained into me. I can't. There's no way I'm going to look like a skinny blonde woman. That's the pathway to frustration. It's never going to happen. I don't even want it to happen. But that's what deep down inside I was looking for. And that's why I was never satisfied with what I saw in the mirror. And this is not about weight loss or no weight loss. If you decide that your best life requires you to lose weight, that's fine. But the point is, you are worthy of love now. You're worthy of respect now. The fact that you lost weight does not mean that you're going to automatically love yourself, because according to society, there's always something to fix. Always something. Do you know that right now, people are breaking their knees? They're getting a procedure where they break their knees so they can be taller. Do you understand? Society will stop at nothing. Nothing. If you allow the world to determine how you treat yourself, how you feel on the inside, you will never be happy. Can you imagine the pain of breaking your knees just so that somebody can put something in it, maybe some kind of metal or something to elongate it so you can look taller, so that you can feel good according to society standards? Do you realize just how sad that is? Do you realize how sad it is that women all over the world are spending thousands of dollars and risking their lives because of a big butt? In the grand scheme of things, what does a big butt do for you? What does it do for you? What? Let's think about it. Something needs to change. And we can't wait for the world to change. We have to change to improve the quality of our own lives. When I want to eat cake, I eat it. I don't eat cake every single day. Maybe I eat cake once a month. But that's my choice. You know, I was watching a show from way back and I saw that the men were always eating burgers and hot dogs. The women were always ordering salads, and I was so pissed off. Why can't we eat food? Why does a woman always have to eat salad? A life devoid of any kind of joy and enjoyment, because we're being molded and told that if you don't look this way, you don't belong here. You belong here. You belong here. There are women who look exactly like you, who are in love, who are married, who are raising families, who are successful in work, who are running successful businesses, who are acting, who are singing. Somebody who looks exactly like you, who's thriving at your size. And weight loss is a process. Even if you're trying to lose weight right now, does that mean that until you lose weight, you are not going to be happy? Do you know how long it can take? Even if it's a month, it's too long to postpone your happiness just because you're trying to lose weight. So, let's make the decision today, you and me, that our negative body image ends today. No more. We have inherent worth because we're people, because we're human beings, because God created us with value. Our bodies, beautiful. Let's do our best to take care of our bodies. But our worth cannot be determined by whether we fit into society's mold of beauty or not. It can't be. It just can't.